Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Worldology, and I'm going to talk to y'all about, my thoughts on the beta release of Battlefield 6. So, as you know, the beta early access release August 7th today, as I'm recording this. And hey, it looks like COD is dying and Battlefield is on top right now. It was about 300,000 people in game playing Battlefield 6, which is pretty unnatural for a Battlefield game. That's the first time in history that I've seen Battlefield 6 or a Battlefield game in general getting about, let me say, a quarter to a million people playing a game. A quarter million people playing a game. So that is insane. But my thing about the beta is that there are some things that I did not like and I just want to fix it, right? Because that's what the beta is for, to help the game succeed in, the final release. So there is a reason why I said that the October 10th release was a pretty scary day for me. And many things why is that little background thing that you just seen that I was trying to parachute, that was a bug in the game, and there was many other bugs in the game and many other things in the game that should not even be in the game. So I'm going to talk about that real quick. So first I'm going to talk about the grenades in the game and how they slow you down, right? So it is so many. First, the incendiary and the stun grenade. Both of those grenades make you slow down and not being able to move, right? That should be removed from the game. You should be able to move. And yes, you should probably keep the grenades, but just have us move because the amount of times I died just getting flamed up or stunned and I couldn't move. And I should have been out of those scenarios in the first place. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, and it mostly happens on breakthrough at that. And breakthrough, of course, it's like a tight space of fighting, and you have to grab a point that's very tight and defend it. So it is really annoying to be in those scenarios where you have to, watch out for those type of grenades, even though you should, as always, but just even more because it hinders your gameplay to a dramatic scale. The next thing is the shotguns, right? Primary shotguns, they should be disabled. Just add like a 93 or a G18 or some automatic weapon, a Mac 11, Mac 10, something instead of just a shotgun that one shot to the chest from about 50 meters and two shots to about 70 and 80. It's not really healthy for Battlefield. Even though, yeah, the shotguns are pretty fun in the game, it should not be along with your assault rifle, and you should be able to equip it with any other class or lock it or whatnot. So yeah, that is my thing about Battlefield. Battlefield's primary, situation. I don't think it should be in the game and all of that. So my next thing is the UI. So the thing with the UI is that when you die and you see somebody's player card and their dog tag, I really do not like having the dog tag on the player card. I know it doesn't mean anything in the game, but it's just like if if we're gonna have badges and we're gonna have dog tags, what's the point of having all of that? We might as well just have a battle log, right? But that's just one little thing about that. So yeah, it doesn't matter, but that's just one thing it's kind of an egg to me. And for the most part, the main thing about Battlefield is that it's back, but it's back in a way that it needs to be fixed very quick before that October release. First, the knife is trash. I should have killed that guy. Every you got, you know, what's it called that everybody was talking about? Sweet spot. Yeah, I got hit with sweet spot a few times. It's kind of annoying. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed. Obviously, the beta is, still in beta. We have 3 months. But since all these bugs are in the game, it needs to be worked on. That's all I can say. It needs to be worked on. It's a lot of stuff in this game that's annoying. And I don't think this was in my playtest of the pre-alpha, right? I think the pre-alpha was a better build than the beta. But it can change because, obviously they have to do textures and stuff. So yeah, I do agree that the pre-alpha doesn't mean anything about being better because you have to texturize a game, right? But still, you actually need to make the game feel better. Optimization, that's one thing I'm going to talk about right now. The optimization is terrible. Plays like Battlefield 2042, and it's not necessarily a happy thing for me to say. It needs to have. Alright, so since we have a lot of destruction in the game, we have way more destruction. I don't know how they did this type of destruction, right? But then it makes your game lag and everything. Yeah, I know. When you're streaming, recording, doing whatever you want in content creation, or whatever you're doing on your project, on your end, on my end, whatever, it can make the game laggy. But still, there are times where the game is more laggy when you're not doing something than when you are doing something, and vice versa. Meaning that anything in the game can happen, and it's kind of a mixed feeling on if the game is going to feel good in one scenario or bad in one scenario, or bad in one scenario, good in one scenario, and such and such of all those scenarios that it could feel way better. So my sense is that the movement is all right. It's not bad. It's just people don't really know how to use the movement that well. It's just the animation style. It needs to be a little worked on. Yeah, that can come in the meantime. It do look a little 2042-ish. Not in a bad way, but they're still working on the type of, I guess, let's say, animations. The thing is, I hope they're working on mainly bugs and stuff. Because yeah, everything in the game is alright. It's just the bugs and the balancing of everything, right? Weapons balancing. Basically saying that the game is finished, but when you're in the game, having something optimized and then having something, you know, I know I'm going in circles. I'm a little sleepy. If you was in the stream, you know that I woke up, had only like three, 3 or 2 hours of sleep, and just got up and just got on. So don't worry, I got y'all. But yeah, that's that's all I'm gonna say. I really like the beta. It's miles better than 2042. But all I want to say is that I'm gonna keep, you know, recording gameplay for y'all. I have a lot of gameplay for y'all, and just know that this Battlefield is like a generational breaker, right? Right now, like 200, a quarter mil, and its first day only on a beta. Just don't mess it up, Dice. Hey, if y'all have 250 mil in the game, in one game. I don't I don't even know if that number was possible before. If y'all have that, then y'all can make the 100 mil in a consistent way, not at a time, but in a consistent way. Just listen to the community on stuff that should belong in the game and should not be removed, like movement, like how it is in the background. Movement is already well. It's just like the design, the UI, the bugs. Nothing necessarily too big, and it can be fixed very easily, right? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this video. Um, I will keep streaming until the 17th of August. If you want to, you can check out my Twitch. I do have drops enabled, and you will have to watch for 30 minutes to be able to get your key for early access. Starting tomorrow. If you do not want a key for early access, then you can wait until the open beta, and it starts on August the 9th. And hey, if you had that patience and you still are kind of iffy, then you can watch Battlefield to see how it plays. You don't have to waste your time watching something and getting a key. You can just, look at the reviews or stuff. Do however you want. And then you can try out the game. I do recommend to try out the game. Excuse me. And hey, it's not bad. It's just it needs a little bit of oomph to it. It needs a little decoration. Like the decoration is there, but the tree isn't really all that finished, right? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for this video. Like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and just know that hey, whatever comes in the future of Battlefield, just hope it stays there. I'm out.